Welcome back, everybody. Now today, I know I'm making this video incredibly late. My man got buffed 9 days ago, but I've had a lot of stuff come up with beating Act 5 and all that. But today we're gonna take him to rank 3. We did not use the rank up gem, but we're gonna take him to rank 3 and go into some Road to the Labyrinth chapter 3 because there's always a safeguard node on every single fight there. And yeah, and Moman, I've done some testing before I'm making this video, and he's absolutely insane for safeguard node because he's got tons of bleeds and all that. Alright, but he's maxed out rank 3 now, and that'll always help in the arena. Someday I might take him to rank 4, I probably will someday, but let's hop into chapter 3, round 4. So yeah, so we have Nick Fury and Ant-Man on the team for the Nick Fury Ant-Man synergy. I can't exactly remember why Daredevil and Abomination are on the team. But yeah, so the one problem with this is that these AIs are not aggressive, and we need to build up his monster mass to 20 in order to get the Frenzy. And every time you hit him, or every time you hit him with a heavy, it gains 4 charges. So you need to make 5. So you need to have 5 successful ones. Alright, but unfortunately we can't really get many parries because of these AIs not being very aggressive. But we've entered Frenzy, but now we gotta bait out this special. There we go. And once you enter Frenzy, you have a really high crit chance. So you basically crit on every single hit. And every time you crit, you get a bleed. And Safeguard, I never said. Safeguard is a node where you cannot do over 1% of damage from a single damage source. If you hit him, then you can't do more damage than over 1%. So yeah, that's the main thing people struggle with in Road to the Labyrinth Chapter 3. But the main thing is you want to bring a champion who can put lots of debuffs on the person. Moman is a great counter to this. But yeah. But either later today or tomorrow, we are going to do Kingpin rank up in gameplay. Terax, I have a 5-star rank 2 awakened of him. And I'm really excited to do that, so we'll probably do that within today or tomorrow as well. But yes, now we have Thor Jane Foster. And, I think, I'm not sure, I'm just trying to remember off the top of my head. I'm pretty sure Daredevil is there for a higher crit chance when in Frenzy, or when unstoppable, I mean. But yeah, another really nice thing about the monster mass is that you can block, and then if they hit into your block and you're not parrying, then it will use 1 monster mass, but it will give you an unstoppable, which lets you really get a really nice intercept. So that's another really nice thing about monster mass. And normally you'd go for the special 2. Since my other testing of him, that's the main damage output of all the 3 specials. But here we're just gonna go for the special 3. We didn't go there, but in this video we're gonna keep going for the special 3 because of shoot. We're gonna keep going for the special 3 because every time you go for the special 3, it gives you a losing my words. It gives you 10 more frenzy kind of stacks, if you want to call them, like those things up in the corner. So right here, here I'm reading on my other phone that it increases the time of frenzy by 10%. Alright, but Jane Foster is down. And we're just plowing through these fights like they're normal average fights, which is pretty impressive. We're going to have to fight an Electro and a Spider-Man Classic later, which won't be that fun. But, yeah. Alright, Alright, so let's try to build up to 20 monster mass. And that's how you really get the main damage from Mole Man. And another thing about Chapter 3 of Road to the Labyrinth, most people when they hit Chapter 3, they are not on Act 5. I mean, you can be if you are not very, active in Road to the Labyrinth. But in the third chapter of Road to the Labyrinth, see how we got the intercept there? But in Chapter 3 of Road to the Labyrinth, you also need to know how to bait out special 3s, because they are very annoying. They will most likely kill you, especially, or they will take a whole lot of damage off. So you need to know how to bait special 3s. I want to make a video on that sometime shortly. But yeah. Okay, so now we're just playing with him a little bit. We slam him to the ground. All right. Okay. So now you see that we're critting on basically every hit, and you see how we got that intercept there, and again. And yeah, we're just the special 1 is also really nice because it can do a whole lot of shock damage. So you can also go with that one for the for Road to the Labyrinth. I'm not sure if it's in all of Chapter 4. I can't remember. I feel like it is in Chapter 4. But yeah. Alright, so now we have War Machine, and I have a bad habit against War Machine of shielding, or of trying to dex the special 1, and I always get beat, but I am getting better, so we're going to try to keep the special 1, or block through the special 1s. So we're just trying to get the parry here. Unfortunately, this is not an overly aggressive AI. Alright, there we go. We block through the special 1. Alright, there we go. Okay, so now we have entered Frenzy, and now we will crit tons and get tons of bleeds on him, and this is, remember, why he is so insane for Road to the Labyrinth. Safeguard. Okay, so yeah, we could go for the special 2. I want to go for the special 3 though, so we can get 10 more frenzy charges. I forgot what they were called. But yeah, you see we've dropped down to 10, and let's just try to bait out this special 2 before we use it. Alright, so we're down to 7, but we do end up using the special 3. So we will boost right back up to 17, which is all really nice. Overall, I am very happy with the Mole Man buff. He seems to be a much, much better champion than he was. He was my second 4-star, and I actually duped him out of my second legendary crystal I ever got. But yeah, alright. So let's just go for the special 1 for the kill. And then, now I believe we have Electro, unfortunately. And then we have Spider-Man Classic. We may have to use a revive, but that's okay. Alright. So yeah, now we have Electro, which is very annoying, very disappointing. But yeah. Okay, so yeah, I actually really want to do a Kingpin after this. He seems like a whole lot of fun. But also Terox seems a whole lot better. If I can keep refreshing the armor breaks, then he can actually be really insane, I think. But we do have Frenzy active. But yeah, so let's just try to keep hammering in. We did a little bit of a weird combo right there, but now we got a Dex special 2. That completely failed. We were almost dead. And we might die in this fight. We don't seem to be taking too much damage. This safeguard is annoying, but I think we will be able to pull out of this one with a victory. And yeah, you guys can just see how safeguard is really annoying. He doesn't even have an overly huge amount of health. It's just took off less than less than 2% damage. Alright, but we did barely make it out of there alive. We are at 3%. So we are running very, very low on health. Alright, but we do have the class advantage on this one. But let's just use a couple of level 3 health potions. since we do still have a couple of people after this. Now, since we put those health potions in, I don't think we will need a revive. We could just try to hit into him while he's stunned all the time. That is a great counter to evade people. But yeah, so now we're at 12 stacks, and 2 more heavies should do it. But let's just block through the special one. There should be I think there is a way to dex the special one of Spider-Man's, but it is really, really hard. Alright, but now we do have... Alright, but, so the evade is being really annoying, but thankfully our unstoppable, is helping out. Alright, but let's go for the special 3 to get more of the charges, but we're just going to hit into him while he's stunned. We're not going to go for the unstoppable. I'm just going to keep going for the parries. Alright, but now we threw out the special 3, and, yeah. Alright, but yeah, one last slam, volleyball slam. And the special 3 did about no damage, but it will help with the grand scheme of damage. Now we do have a lot of monster mass, and I believe if you use a heavy, even if you're in frenzy, it still does give you 4 charges. Now we have 2 more fights, Ronin and Crossbones. Neither of them will be overly hard. We got past the 2 hardest people. But, yeah, so Ronin specials are pretty easy to get away from, so no need to worry there. But if we do get hit by them, it does stun us. But let's just try to get another parry. I'm wondering if I'm more aggressive, then he'll be more aggressive. Yeah, let's try to spam heavies. If Moleman's heavy had some more reach, he could be very insane. Like, that'd probably maybe even bump him. No, he wouldn't be that good. But it could bump him up a couple slots and, like, make him beat a couple other people. If I had to add one thing to this champion, to make him in comparable tier, it would probably be, since he's not in comparable tier in my opinion, but if I had to, it would probably be a power lock after you used a heavy, so you could just keep spamming heavies and power locking up to a certain point. As long if you did not have frenzy, then every heavy would power lock, and I would give his heavy some more reach. But the power lock would only be for like 1.5 seconds. But it would refresh every time you use the heavy, and I think that would be the thing to bump him up to. Actually, I don't know. I'd have to think about that question. Alright. So that what's his face is down. I forgot who I just fought. But now we have Crossbones, and Crossbones is not an overly hard champion to fight. His special 1 is easy. His special 2 is pretty easy too. Like, it's harder. Don't get me wrong. But so let's try to go for the parries, but we keep accidentally using up our McFear and synergies. Alright, but let's try to build up monster mass. And yeah. Alright, so we have about 4 more heavies. Now he has the special 1, but that's okay. Alright, so yeah, let's just keep trying to hammer in. It doesn't, like, okay, there, alright, so we kind of, like, evaded. Alright, but there we go. We dexed the last part of the special. We get intercepted after we hit into the block. That was my fault. We should still be able to solo him once we get monster mass. Then it'll be really good. Now, special 3 also does give us monster mass. As long as the cooldown is not on, once you lose your monster mass, then it has to be 15 seconds before you get it back again. And if you use the special 3 and try to get it back before those 15 seconds are over, it won't give it to you. That's another thing. Yeah. No, you know what could make him incomparable tier? If when he was in frenzy, if every bleed he put on the person, he could like steal the power, and if cooldown was not a thing, and like no, if cooldown was not a thing, and if there was a 66% power reserve, which means every time you use the special 3, you would have a special 2. And then you could like build right back up. But everybody, thank you so much for watching this. If you did enjoy it, please hit the like button. And please leave a comment. If you'd like to see the channel, you may go check it out. If you do enjoy it, please hit the subscribe button. And I post every day, so I will see you guys tomorrow.